And the Prophet said, Khurujul Malhama, Fathul Konstantinopel. That the conquest of Constantinople takes place after the Malhama. The conquest of Constantinople will take place after the Malhama. For those who still have the capacity to think, and not all people can think anymore today. Has the Malhama taken place as yet? The Great War, Armageddon?
No.
Not from our perspective. Because the Malhama will take place when 99 out of every 100 will die in that war. And there's never been a war like that in history. There's never been a war like that in history, when 99% of all combatants have died, have been killed. So the Malhama has not as yet taken place. It's difficult for Turkey and for the Balkans to stomach that. But I can't help you, you have to help yourself. I am teaching you the truth. Others may have taught you other things. The Malhama has not as yet taken place. And so the conquest of Constantinople prophesied by Nabi Muhammad ﷺ has not as yet taken place. Whether you like it or whether you don't is irrelevant to us. This is the truth. This is not Hollywood. Well, why the conquest of Constantinople after the Malhama? Because we know that Allah is intervening in the Malhama. Because Allah says in Surah Al-Rahman, and I love it, oh yes, I love it, سَنُفْرَغُ لَكُمْ أَيُّهَا الثَّقَلَانِ. We're going to deal with you, you who are loaded with sin. We're going to deal with you. And then he tells us how he's going to deal with them. يُرْسَلُ عَلَيْكُمَا شواز من نار ونحاس فلا تنتصران. I'm going to send against you a flash of fire, which will be followed by smoke. And at that time, there'll be none to help you. That looks like nuclear war to me. So Allah is going to deal with them. And if Allah intervenes in the Malhama, it must be by Allah's design that the conquest of Constantinople takes place after the Malhama, not by accident. So why should Allah ordain that the conquest of Constantinople should take place after the Malhama? Answer? Because our Christian allies, those who are following Nabi Isa alayhi salam, they need the Bosphorus to come to the Mediterranean. And these Christians control the Bosphorus. They control it through their ally, the Ottoman Empire. And then they control it through NATO and this secular state of Turkey, which is a member of NATO. But now, after the Malhama, goodbye to NATO. So the conquest of Constantinople can take place not with a Christian army, a Muslim army. The Christians must not make the mistake. Let me use this message to send a message to them. Don't make the mistake to send an army to conquer Constantinople. Because if you do that, the Dajjal will be very happy. He will unite the whole world of Islam against you. So leave it to us, we will liberate Constantinople. So the first implication of the liberation of Constantinople is that our Christian allies with whom we make an alliance will now be able to pass through the Bosphorus to come into the Mediterranean. And that's bad news for Israel. But there's a second reason for the conquest of Constantinople. And that is that when we conquer Constantinople, we return Hagia Sophia to the Christian world. And we'll offer an apology to the Christian world for what the Ottomans did, which was disgraceful, which was shameful, which was sinful, to take the house of Allah, which is a church, or a synagogue, or a temple. This is what Surah Al-Hajj says. وَلَوْلَا دَفْعُ اللَّهِ النَّاسَ بَعْدَهُمْ بِبَعْضٍ لَهُدِّمَتْ صَوَامِعُ وَبِيَعٌ وَصَلَوَاتٌ وَمَسَاجِدُ يُذْكَرُ فِيهَا اسْمُ اللَّهِ كَثِيرًا. That you take the temple or the church or the synagogue or the cathedral of the Christian people and you convert it into a masjid, you are committing a sin. You are violating Allah's command in the Quran. So when the conquest of Constantinople takes place and we return Hagia Sophia to the Orthodox Christian world, that will seal the alliance that none can then break. We continue, inshallah, after Salatul Maghrib.